my goodness.
Yeah. Peace and blessings, family. We're back again, African Spiritual Conversations. And as always, I am joined by the most beautiful, intelligent, wise Black women, African women on the planet. I'm here
Oh,
with Yayas and Ias and all that good stuff. How y'all doing today?
I'm doing great.
Right.
I'm doing
Good.
great.
Yeah.
Good.
Good. What about you,
Extra
Mama Boy?
blackety black today.
I love it. I love it. So today is Juneteenth. So I want
Yeah.
to ask you all in your own words, what does Juneteenth mean or represent to you? And let me just start off by saying, before y'all answer that, today is my mother's birthday. She would have been 76 years old. So every year on Juneteenth
Oh,
Oh,
is big for me
Echo
because that's my
June.
mom's birthday.
Echo
Yes.
happy
June.
Yes.
birthday, May.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so for us,
Yeah.
that's a big thing. And the beauty of it is, we start off the day. I was talking to my sisters and I was saying that, we all miss her. My mother was really a queen mother, a warrior in her own right. But I was saying
Mhm.
every time I look at them and then their children and our great grands, I see her. I really do.
Yeah.
They do her like
Yes.
nobody but
Yeah.
mom. So I think sometimes we allow the physical sometimes to limit our interaction with our
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
ancestors. But it's like, no, she right here. You may miss. My mother used to do funny, really funny stuff because she was very particular about things. So, I was the queen of wrinkles. That was my job. Like I didn't like ironing. My mother liked to get stuff to look a certain way. And my mother used to work a night shift, and so I would
uh,
try to creep out the house with my wrinkled shirt on. And she would, I think she sleep. She'd be like, "Londa, iron that shirt." And I'd be like, "God." So I have to come back in and like iron the shirt. It's like she could be asleep and know exactly what you're doing. And that's that mother stuff that you be like,
Yeah.
man, does she got
Yeah.
eyes in the back of her head?
Yeah.
yeah.
Your eyes
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
peeking off. What's going on? Why she be knowing stuff? She ain't even in here.
Because
Right.
you represented her.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right on.
She would having
I
it.
hated
Right.
ironing. God, that
She
was like
would
a
having
sin for me. Like, this is too oppressive. Uh, ooh, they
Oh my
cracking me
goodness.
up. So how y'all doing on this Juneteenth?
Well, it started out with a bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had a blackout last night.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
we did a bow last night.
Mm-hmm.
And right at the end of the elbow, the lights went out for at least a half a mile
wow.
Y'all
and
shut the city
stayed off
down.
until 5 o'clock this morning.
Y'all
No
shut the
air.
city down. I hope you pray for me.
I
Okay?
prayed for everybody.
For real though.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She
I
shut it
mean,
down.
it was really amazing because right after you done cast cola for confirmation, and the
Uh,
confirmation was done, my helper was going out the door, to go get something for me,
yeah.
and the lights went down like
Bam.
bam. I was like,
Wow.
"Wow!" That's why I said that was it. So I'm done.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So
That
that's how
that
we
was
started
some
Juneteenth.
powerful. That was some
Yeah.
powerful stuff going on in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we was
Yeah.
asking a whole lot. Okay. we, we we had a list, a laundry list of stuff. Okay, people, we need your help here. Can you do this? Check. Can you do
They
this?
had to
Check. Can you
reboot the
do
whole
this? Check.
city.
And trust me, I do believe, and I'm grateful. I'm in gratitude. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
happy that you love me. And can
Mm,
you do this? Can
yeah.
you do this? Because you got to throw your gratitude in there.
I
You got to
say.
Yes.
humbly submit.
I
Okay.
say.
So yeah.
Yeah. So that's okay. We just reboot the whole city. We get it
Yeah.
cracking for you.
They did. They said that it was a power line that had exploded under the ground. And I was like,
Oh, okay.
wow, okay.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah, that was,
Mm.
I wasn't happy. Okay. You know, when you sit down and you think about did I do that? No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I have nothing to do
no,
with that.
no,
You be
you did
going through your mind
that.
questioning, making sure, did I do that? No, I didn't do
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
it kind of
I
has your name all over it.
did. Yeah.
It kind of does have your name all over it. I'm
It's
just gonna
scary
say.
like that. It was scary like that because I can't. With my helper in the house, I couldn't act like, oh wait a minute, you in the whole total dark. It is seriously dark in the garage, okay?
Oh
you,
yeah,
you know, and you can't sit there and say, am I afraid? You got to
right.
sit there and say, nah, nah, nah. I got
Yeah,
Ifa. I got Arisha. Ain't nothing happening here.
it's parts of Arizona that get Africa dark
Yes.
though.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It
Yes.
gets
And when
yeah.
all the lights and all your neighbors
Uh-huh.
go out, and everybody got
Yeah.
Mhm.
a couple of people got generators and you don't.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Ooh.
I'm
you.
like,
Yeah. You need
Oh
a
yeah, some people
generator.
keep extra generators so they
Yeah.
can
mhm,
AC their garage in the summertime, huh?
right.
Yeah.
Yep. So it
Hmm.
told me that that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have
Yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
do something to that effect. Okay.
Yeah. We, yeah, we got a generator because we have hurricanes. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And you
hurricane.
coming into hurricane season, aren't you?
yes, yes, we
Hmm.
are. But they usually hit in September.
Oh, okay.
You don't seem
Okay.
phased at all. Yeah.
Oh no, I have no. I have my poor granddaughter. She was all up a tree last September when we had the hurricane, and I said, "Oh, lay down and go to sleep. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you." And she said, "Of course, the window was blowing out a little bit." And I said, "Don't worry about it. Just go to sleep. Everything's fine. You got your ancestors. You got the Eurisha. Ain't nothing to worry about. If you go, you go. You come back the next time."
Oh, God. That's truly calming.
It is.
What can you do? You can't do
Not
Nothing.
a
nothing.
Can't
thing.
do nothing.
Can't
Just
do
gotta
nothing with
roll
that.
with it.
Ain't no need in being scared. What's to be scared of? You just
Right.
have to ride the
Ride the wind.
Yeah.
yeah, ride the
Mhm.
waves.
Yeah, let Oya and a locum show you the way.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Might learn something and still get to be here.
Oh, and have a wonderful download because whenever your Oya comes and takes you, she gives you that wonderful download of
Hmm.
spiritual uh, information that you're going
Yeah.
to need. So, yeah, it's that
Hmm.
and some.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, here we are on Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Man,
Well,
yeah, I love Juneteenth. I swear I do. I really do. Uh,
uh,
more because it's mine. You
Hmm.
know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. It's something that my ancestors gave to us, but gave to
Hmm.
me.
Hmm.
To celebrate. Not that somebody else said, "Oh, you're free," but because we said, "Oh, yes, we are free." You
Free.
know,
Hmm.
and to me, that's joyful. Okay,
Yes.
and it has every spiritual connotation going along with it. Because I really have to question. Some people don't understand what real freedom is.
Yeah.
Okay, they think they know what freedom is, but do
Hmm.
they really understand what it is to be free? Yeah,
Hmm.
and that's to someone told me a long time ago, girl, you just do what you want to do. And I said, yeah, I do, because I'm free. I can do what I want to do.
To do, yep.
And that's, you got to really think about how important that is, because
Hmm.
some people are afraid to even get on a bus to go downtown. Some people are afraid to do what they have, in their desire, their in their beingness of wanting to do things or to have a career or anything like that. And because they're too in fear, they won't even make those steps. How
Yeah,
many people were afraid of freedom
right.
when our ancestors were, are striving and fighting and taking their freedom?
Yeah.
And they put that genius in our DNA. That's what real freedom is. They put it in, so it's a sense of being fearless, you
Hmm.
know, and being able to step out, put my big toe out there, and take that. Oh no, I ain't scared. I'm gonna go out there and do it anyway
Yeah.
because I'm free. You know,
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
yeah.
mean, I traveled all over. I traveled all over Africa by myself.
You did.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I ain't have nobody with me, child. And I take that back. I took one husband, and I
Okay.
lost him along the way.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I lost him along the way. Matter of fact, I left him there. Okay, but on the whole, I went from Chicago to North Africa, from Egypt to Israel, all through North Africa, came back through Ghana, lived in Ghana, and I was
Hmm.
on my own. Okay.
Wow.
I went to Nigeria on my own. Okay.
Wow.
And that's it. You know,
That's
I ain't
awesome.
need nobody to go with me. Not really. And I enjoyed it. But that's what freedom does for you.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're not sitting there being confined and like, oh, if I don't do this or if I do, no. I wanted to live in Africa. I
Hmm.
packed my stuff and I moved. Okay.
Okay.
You have to have a sense of being free here first. Okay. And then that allows your spirit to move forward for you. That's
Hmm.
that connection between your NEKG and Ori. You know,
Hmm.
it tells me to move on and do what you got to do. If somebody don't like it, that's their problem. That ain't mine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what freedom does for you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember us celebrating Juneteenth in let's say, the 1950s or the 1960s?
Not
Because
like
I
the way
don't.
that.
I
Mm-mm,
don't.
mm-mm.
No.
We were too busy trying in that period of time. So many people were trying, especially in the 50s and 60s, and 70s too. You had a number of other things going on. There were celebrations. I'm not saying that it wasn't, but it wasn't as widespread because again, people were then fighting for their freedom with the attachment of acceptance. Okay,
Oh.
Yeah.
because we wanted to be
Ooh.
accepted.
Let's talk
Okay,
about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
'cause, that was a different kind of exploration. Okay,
Hmm.
you wanted to, or on the whole, we wanted not justice.
Hmm.
Okay, we wanted to be equal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
how are you gonna be equal to something that you're not equal to when you're supposed to be better than? Okay,
There it goes right
it,
there. Yeah.
you know,
That's it right there.
you done
Yeah.
took me from everything I know.
Hmm.
You have done all these other things, and yet I'm a compassionate person.
Hmm.
My people are compassionate people. But
Hmm.
at the same time, you keep dogging us.
Right.
Okay. During that period of time in the 60s, 50s, and 60s, People wanted to have the same thing somebody else had. Laws. I wanted the laws to be not just for you, but for all of us, and for it to
Mm-hmm.
be equitable across the board. You cannot be equal to people who do not want your equality. It's not in
Right.
their best. It's not in their best interest. They're in control. They were in control of their stuff that they took from you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're saying, "I want my stuff back."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they're saying you're not gonna get it back. Okay, that's why in that time, I believe, like Malcolm did, about there's no such thing as a bloodless revolution.
Right.
Okay, and people then were talking about bloodless revolutions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
when in fact it was not. People were getting killed
Yeah, like
left
they are
and right.
now. Mm-hmm.
Elbow. Okay, I ain't
Yeah.
nobody's elbow. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
right.
do nobody's sacrifice.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
no, no, dude,
Right.
no, you know.
You got to
And
say
so,
it plainly like that. I
mhm,
mean, that's the only way that people, I think, really can understand what's happening now, because part of it is all that time we were asking for things that really the police is a major symbol of all of what we were asking for. Let us move around freely without restriction. The police were
mhm,
designed to keep you in your neighborhood, on your block, and you
mhm.
can go to work and then come home. That's what the police are designed for, to make sure that you didn't color outside the lines. Um, and it was
And then
the
put your own police on your own people. Okay,
right,
during that time, that was
yeah,
when you had two factors came coming
uh-huh,
in on policing in America, because I
yeah,
was part of that. Okay,
okay,
you had people who now they found out in the prison system that they could not hold black people and brown people in jail without getting killed.
right,
Okay, so you had a lot of riots, so they
mm-hmm,
had to put in people that looked like them,
mm-hmm,
okay, the prisoners, in order to
mm-hmm.
conduct precinct in prison systems and in the communities.
Right. So we feel like
Okay.
we had an investment in that, and it would give us pause before we just buck up completely.
Hmm.
And this is all like tactics, and there are tactics of war. Like
Yeah,
we're
strategies of
in,
war.
yeah, we're
There
in a
are
constant
strategies.
fight for our
Uh-huh. And you're
freedom.
talking
Like,
about a
mm-hmm,
chessboard move. Those
yeah,
chessboard moves, because policing in America was strategic.
mm-hmm,
Okay. When I worked for, because I worked for the Bureau of Prisons. When I worked for them, I realized it took an inmate to tell me one day. He said, "I'm gonna give you some advice," and I said, I'm like, "What kind of advice you
what you
gonna
gonna
give
tell
me?"
me?
Bro, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
And he was a higher up in a particular gang in Chicago, right?
Okay.
And he was like, "The difference is the table. Read your policy and procedures. Sit down one night, pull your regs, and see the policy and procedures for HR on you. And you're going to find out, compare them to what your policy and procedures are for the inmate population." And you know what was the difference?
What?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
They put you in prison with them.
that was
Oh
it.
yeah.
Basically,
Oh
they
yeah.
put you in
Yeah.
prison with them.
Okay, I just had a
Right.
salary and I had work release, so I could go home, for a
Right.
few hours a day. Because if on the whole, I worked so much overtime, I was working anywhere from over my 8, from 9 to 18 hours.
Oh, on
I
top of
wrote
you.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's what it was. And a lot of times you didn't see your family and stuff because you busy working and humping up in there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. And I started to have that itch You know, because that policy, you know, was sitting there looking at
Mhm.
it, it was like, whoa, hold
Yep.
up. You know,
Yeah,
this
Mhm.
yeah,
here right here is serious, okay?
yeah.
Mhm.
The
Policing in
guards,
America.
the guards are as much in prison as a prisoner because I've worked
Hmm.
in the women's prison and the men's prison as a consultant in both of them.
Hmm.
And
The same,
the
huh?
procedures and policies. But I because I was in a different capacity, I
Hmm.
didn't have to follow the procedures. Some of them, but some of them I did. Like I never wore a panic button. Um,
But you
so,
couldn't be in there by yourself with anyone without somebody
but
watching
I
with you. Hmm.
no, I was.
Okay.
I never wore, but I wasn't with somebody. I was with a group of guys or a
Okay.
group of women. They were
Hmm.
groups. So, uh, yeah, the policies and procedures are the same, and you have to go through all of those policies and procedures before you can even step into the. How did you get in there without reading that? They never went over that with you, the policies and procedures.
I had policy, look, I had policy and procedure up the yin yang because I ended up being the program Black Affairs program manager, and on top of that, I held simultaneous positions, and then I was also the union president for Local 3652. Okay, so for years. Okay, so I was
Mm-hmm.
always on the line of defense. Okay, well, no, offense because I was fighting folks.
Mhm.
Okay. And it garnered power. All right. So with having those kind of things going on, they were trying to figure out how to stop me. Okay. More than
Mm-hmm.
anything else. Because again, then on top of that, with that, then I brought prison ministry in. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So there were, we had people coming in to do work from the E5 Risha community there to
Mhm.
do
Oh,
program.
okay.
Okay, because as a Black Affairs program manager, I figured that we needed culturally competent activities
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
our people would know who the hell they are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I did that in the 80s and the 90s. Okay,
Okay.
because
Mm-hmm.
I worked with them all the way through the 80s to the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
So, yeah. What was that like bringing the EFI community inside of the prisons? What was that like?
Yeah.
ooh, girl, I had fun. I swear for God, I had a good time. Here's what we did. We did rites of passage for
Mm-hmm.
women prisoners, okay? And we had rites of passage for men. We had a Omatalokum, Baba Omatalokum was the male priest of Alokum and Ifa, and my sister, Oceanrete Adesanya, uh, brought in for the women. And what it was like was being and not just the prisoners. We also had another program designed specifically for staff.
Mhm.
Okay,
Wow. That must have
because
been hard.
it wasn't
Ooh.
hard. It wasn't hard.
Okay.
The
Okay.
it wasn't hard. The thing was, it was at a time when change, because that's what I'm talking about, policing in America.
Yeah.
If
Mm-hmm.
you're given an opportunity, an educational opportunity to change the dynamic of how your own people are thinking, that's how
Mhm.
you do it. You
Yeah.
slide it in like that.
Yeah.
Okay. We slid it in. We had them doing sewing clothes. Okay. It was like a brown bag lunch. Okay.
Mhm.
And we have our lunch. We fixed the lunch and stuff for everyone. And then we also had African cloth and showing you how to sew by hand. And this is how our ancestors did it. Okay. With the men, they talked about being men in America, and men incarcerated, and an African mindset that's needed. So they did those type of activities and conversations for change. So
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't a hard thing. The hardest thing was just to get them in there. Okay.
Yeah.
But I always have to look at we do, and even then, did the reading, did the elbow, let watch it manifest. That my ancestors, my Orisha, took over that.
Yeah.
They designed that. Okay. And that's how we did it. I even had a fashion show. Okay, for the staff. Okay. And I designed the clothes for the men and the women and sold them, and ladies wore my design. Okay.
All right.
That was the stuff that we were doing. Okay. The
Mhm.
only thing that I could see was that it upset the apple cart. Anytime you plant a seed,
Yes, it
okay,
did.
you plant a seed of change. And of course, you're going to have a reaction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you to do that. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to also go into it in the mindset of, I don't care. You
Mm-hmm.
strategically plan it out. You already know what they're going to do. They're going to talk shit. Okay.
Yeah.
They're going to try and, oh, well, we might, you're not in this place when you're supposed to be. I said, no. Yes, I was. Because I knew how to dot my I's and cross my T's. You don't mess with the enemy and don't know what you're doing in there. Just as
Mm-hmm.
clearly as I knew how to play chess. I know how to play chess. Okay. They were playing checkers. Okay. They thought that I was playing checkers too. I don't play checkers, I play chess.
Yeah.
That was the difference. So
Wow.
it wasn't hard. It
Yeah.
was enlightening.
Did you find the staff as willing as the guys or the women?
Here's the thing. You choose the staff that's going to come in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You go to who
Ah.
you trust. Okay. Why are you gonna bring in a turncoat? Okay, you bring in your people
Yeah.
and let them, and then they tell everybody else, man, I had a good time. Look at what we was doing. Look at my hat. I made my own dashiki. You know, okay. Now everybody want to do this every time. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's, it's like utilizing your office to do it the way that you need to have it done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had already, as the union president, I was a threat. But at the end of the day, I had an attorney.
Mm.
Okay. And so and I had one of the best in the city. Anytime I made a move, they did something, it got me out of it. Okay. So and when it was time for me to go, okay, it was like I left. And when I left, I had packed up everything and moved west.
Mm.
Okay. And that was it. What can you do?
Right.
Okay. I stayed on to show you how I felt about it. I stayed on the books as an employee 6 months after I was gone, and they had to pay me. Okay. You play chess. You don't play checkers.
That's
Okay.
right.
Got it out. You have to think through and sit down. And what does IFA teaches us? IFA teaches us to deliberate.
Mm-hmm.
After you deliberate, you get your message. After you get your message, do the elbow. You deliberate again, and you keep on until you get into the full essence of what the message was, so that you can see every aspect of it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how Ifa teaches us to think. So they can't play games when you're using your deities to help you. Okay.
That's right. That's right. That's awful.
Mm, that's real talk. That's real talk.
Yeah. I mean,
June.
that's a big way that I think we can work out our freedom too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
in the spirit of Juneteenth, like we can there are pockets of us in places where um we could stand to land the message of who we are.
Oh,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? We could definitely share that and have those people grow strong in wherever they are, because we got enough children in foster care. We got enough people in these prisons. We got. I mean, they're just like, I don't want to say throw away, like we've thrown them away, because not all people are thrown away, but at the same time, they're not always in the front of our mind.
Mhm.
So
No.
when we're talking about police officers, we also need to have the conversation. Is that thunder? I'm sorry. We also need to have a conversation about correctional officers, all
Yep.
peace officers, like especially in California, like CCPOA is one of the California Correctional and Peace Officers Association,
Mm-hmm.
one of the strongest organizations in the
Yeah.
state.
Mm-hmm.
So please believe, like we talking about defund the police, and guess who's hiring? The California Highway Patrol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like while we got our eyes over here, they doing this. So what you saying about playing chess instead of checkers is a
Mm-hmm.
paramount importance to us at this time. And while we're thinking through how we're going to say what it is that we want, we need to keep our eye on all the chess pieces so that we
Absolutely.
know what's happening and don't get caught up in one thing. Like we focus on city police, but there's county
Mm-hmm.
sheriffs, there's
There's the
state
corrections.
police,
You have state police.
right, you
You.
have
Mm-hmm.
yep, FBI, there's and
Mm-hmm.
I
The
but
marshals. You have
specifically
the marshals,
uh-huh,
DEA,
yep,
INF. So you
mm-hmm,
have all different forms of federal, state, county policing.
right. So
Okay.
we should not just be banging on mayors. We should also be banging on governors. We should
Right.
also be banging on senators. We should, like, we have to approach it from all places. We can't just get caught up in one thing.
Well, the
Mhm.
idea is has anybody considered? Because in California State Prison, do you know that there's a viable prison ministry for prisoners for a fire in the state of California prison?
I heard that. I never was able
This
to confirm it, but
we
I did
sent
hear it. You did
we
okay.
sent we
Okay.
sent information not only to California State, okay,
Uh-huh.
but Georgia,
Uh-huh.
okay. We have a prison ministry that goes into prisoners, and we send EFI information through. We also
Okay.
keep in contact with the chaplains. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have to have a viable contact and saying to them, our people need to have their religious items. That's the law.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
They
Uh-huh.
need to have a way for them to celebrate Orisha. That's
Mm-hmm.
the law. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's federal law. So all we have to do is provide the information. There's others that have gone in, okay, and done
Okay.
this. And some state, there's a couple of people in particular that have actually done initiations in there, um, where they've had to do makeshift stuff, which I'm not always
Mm-hmm.
in agreement with, okay,
Mm-hmm.
because there's ways to do things that's not part of the process. But
Okay.
that's a whole nother story. But if you have, they had programs where they had guests, Babalaos come in and do dafa for them. Iyanifas, that there's one Iyanifa that developed a whole program in the California state system. Okay. And there's a Muslim brother who
Mm-hmm.
was the chaplain who helped to make sure that it went smoothly so that
Mm.
everybody was stay, even while they got to stay within the confines of the law, they're
Right.
able to practice their traditions. And the thing is what they found was that when they were practicing Ifa, they're doing Osei on
Mm-hmm.
every 5 days. They're doing prayers to Eshu. They're doing prayers to Ogun. They're working towards
Mm-hmm.
changing their mind, changing how they see things. Okay. And with that, it helps them to grow spiritually and develop in a way where they can be proactive in their freedom. That's what
That's
Juneteenth is about. They're
right.
being proactive in
Right.
their own freedom. I
Yeah.
know somebody, he was 17 years down without an opportunity to get out. Guess what? He about to get out.
All
Okay.
right.
So this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You get your people out of there
Right.
and then show them how it is to make a living. We
Yeah.
had one of the people that was my mentor. My mother's mentor was Reverend, not only Reverend Sinclair, her mother, Jessie Ma Houston,
Mm-hmm.
okay, who was with Operation Push. What she did before she went to Operation Push, what she did was she taught men how to make a living coming out the joint.
Mm.
Okay. Because you got a tag on your back and you
Right.
can't make no money, you can't take care of your family. She would take them down to Maxwell Street, get peanuts, candy, shirts, newspapers, hit them corners. They made money,
Yeah.
okay? Serious money. With the people getting their car going to work. They would get out
Yeah.
there at the crack of dawn, okay? And they would be able to bring some money home. Okay. They felt better. Why? Because they were able to earn their own way.
Right.
Okay. Freedom. It was about freedom. They weren't coming
Mm-hmm.
out, gotta go back in because they about to shoot somebody up. Okay.
Yeah.
No. They're out there trying to take care of their own family members. That's the
That's
stuff that
shame.
Ma Houston taught them.
Yeah.
That's the stuff she put in all of us coming up on 41st Street in Chicago. That's what we had. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the kind of mentorship that you were given. She taught me what freedom looked like.
Yeah.
Okay. Her daughter, her granddaughter, still doing the same job. Reverend Sinclair will be 100 years old next month. What's she gonna
Yeah.
do? She gets up and go to work on a regular. Okay.
Mm.
She's still in the prison. She was the prison chaplain for Pontiac. Okay. She doing her job.
That's shame.
So if she's still 100 years old doing her job,
Right.
what am I supposed to do? I'm gonna do
Right.
mine. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Because I got women that I'm walking in their footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they big. They're
Yeah.
giants. Okay. So we have to know what freedom looks like. It's being able to follow your ancestors' footsteps too.
That's shame.
Okay.
That's shame.
And that's just one little job they was doing. We ain't talking about all the rest of the stuff they was doing. Okay. They was they was doing some stuff.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. Like being
And
able to if you don't, the one way you could tell that you are free is if you can open the door for somebody else to experience
Mhm.
freedom. You know,
Yeah.
I'll always say we're not enslaved. We are oppressed, not just oppressed, but we are oppressed and not enslaved. And so it's for us to
Hmm.
work out our freedom. Like what is
Mhm.
Hmm.
that? What is the thing you need to do that makes you feel alive? And don't let nobody stand in the way of that because you becoming more yourself, living into your
Absolutely.
destiny, living into, I mean, and for us in Ifa, living into your Odu, living into your destiny, um, um, living into the footsteps of your ancestors, living into all of that.
Mhm.
without those restrictions. And when you come up against a wall, then the opportunity is there for you to knock that thing down.
Absolutely.
And if we're not about anything, then it's very easy for us to say there are no walls. You ain't gonna come up against no wall if you ain't doing nothing. No, because
Mhm.
it's no walls in Netflix. So
Yeah.
yeah, the thing is like now that's what we get to do. And I love this Juneteenth is significant to me because I can clearly see that there are people who are playing catch up,
Mhm.
right? So we're gonna
Yeah.
celebrate you getting your mind right.
Yeah.
Enjoying the
Right.
party. Come
Mhm.
on in, the water's fine. We out here working out our freedom. Like what we're doing is an impossible feat. We are making the transition from being property to becoming property owners in the same place.
Mhm.
We're laying down our stake here, and we're
Mhm.
saying in this country we have been property, and now we're gonna own property.
Mhm.
That's not we haven't done it gracefully, but ain't nobody else here doing it. We're the only ones
No.
here doing it. So if you're looking for
And
something
showing
that
people
sets black
how.
people up, yeah, and sets black
Mhm.
people apart, this is what sets black people apart. In this
Mhm.
land, we were property, and
Right.
now we are property owners, and we'll become increasingly property owners. Like that's what we're here for. You're not gonna take that away from us. We're here for our freedom, and we're gonna
Mhm.
get it, and we're gonna work it out to the fullest extent, because that's what we do with everything. You can give us some kind
Absolutely.
of fashion, some kind of alcohol, some kind of anything. We're gonna work
Mhm.
it out to the fullest extent. That's what we do to stuff. We blow it up. And so that's
Oh
what
yeah,
we intend
that's
to
what
do
we
with our
do.
freedom. Yeah, the opportunity is here right now. We standing up, one at a time,
Mhm.
but at the same time still standing. And then today is the day we're gonna let the people catch up and get in on
Mhm.
it.
You finding that the one thing that I'm loving even right now, even with social media, is that social media also has allowed our holidays and the way that we think
Hmm.
to expand. Okay.
Yes.
I ain't never seen so many people with cameras on the popo talking about you can't do that. You can't do
Right.
that. What you doing that
Right.
for? Don't do that no more. Don't get off of here.
Yeah.
Get off. Now, 5
Yeah.
years ago, they wouldn't do that.
Uh-uh.
Okay. Look at where
Uh-uh.
we are.
Yeah.
And the idea is don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stop. Think about the
Mm-hmm.
word you're going to say that's going to make him move. Okay.
Yes.
That's, think about that word. It's not just don't stop. Would your mama want you to do that?
Right.
I would be up there.
Right.
No, does your mama know you doing that? Does
Right.
your God know you doing that so easy
Uh-huh.
like that? What is
Yep.
wrong with you? I'd have to find
Exactly.
me some kind of
The
word.
way that's gonna break through. Yep.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
because we all have our shape. They may not
Mm-hmm.
understand what that means, but
Yeah.
every living being has the power within them to penetrate using that energy to
Yep.
penetrate and touch another human being.
Mm-hmm.
We do it every day. We walk into somebody's house and that house feel funky. Oh no, I don't want to go in there.
Right.
You feel that energy. You
Yep.
walk across with somebody and you look at them kind of, oh, what's up with this
Mm-hmm.
person? So we have that energy. We also have that
Mm-hmm.
energy where somebody is compelling you to want to be there. I've had people want to like touch. I'm like, now get your hands back,
Right.
It's like, no, because you're gonna come back with a nub, dude. Don't do that. But they want to touch you. Well, that's your ashe. That's the
Yeah.
energy that's around you. We can
Mm-hmm.
use that. Okay. We can use it. How many people, I don't care who you believe in,
Mm-hmm.
okay, in the midst of a thing of contention, will you stop 1 second and pray?
Yep.
Can you imagine What would
Mhm.
happen in the midst of stuff when everybody stops and they may pray or they may,
Mhm.
say something? And he said something to he called for his mama. We need to call your mama too. Is she
Right.
still in this world? If she's
Mhm.
in the other, we can call your mama. We can
Yep.
call your mama to sit on your bed. Do you understand that?
Mhm.
You don't know who you dealing with, dude. You don't understand who you dealing with.
Yep.
I know that I can call your daddy, okay, to come sit next to you
To
and
you.
follow
Yep.
you around. He can follow
Mhm.
you to the front, to the back, to the side, to the side. And
Mhm.
what you gonna do?
You can't run
You
from your
know?
ancestors.
Okay, I can call your ancestors, okay? Trust and believe I can call your ancestors,
Oh.
okay? I will call your matter of fact, I have called your ancestors, okay? Do you understand this?
Right
Okay?
on.
That's good stuff.
And what this is what we do. This
Uh-huh.
is what we do. Prayer has to have an object of where it's going to meet,
Mhm.
okay? To make it effective. Don't be out here praying, oh Lord, no, that mealy mouth prayer. Have a purpose to your prayer.
Right on.
Mhm.
Make it go into the earth. Do you realize that we have the power to call the earth?
Mm.
We
Mm.
need to stop thinking that we don't have power.
That's
When they
real.
came upon our shores, they were scared of something.
Right
Yep.
on.
When they saw us,
Yep.
okay? So we have to remind ourselves of who the hell we are.
Mhm.
We got to remind ourselves who we are.
Yeah.
Call the earth.
Right
Mhm.
on.
Earth is my mother, okay?
Mm. Yes.
My mother's mothers was buried in the earth. I call them up
Yes.
and walk.
Mhm.
That's what you're doing. We're calling that energy in. So, when I say, Mr. Popo, your mama's name is so and so, Mary something something.
Uh-huh.
And I know it's going to scare the hell out of them because 9 times out of 10, I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely right because she told me what her name was.
Right.
Okay. So you have to think about this is what we do. And our people can do this. Okay. It's not a fantasy, it's a reality. These are things that we can do. We have to also show up to be able to do this.
Yes.
How are we showing up? There should be a gungun going everywhere around this country.
Mhm.
There should be oral marching down neighborhoods. Okay. There should talk about Juneteenth. Where, well, oral, you got to have people off the street. So, nix on
Not on
oral.
Juneteenth, but
Not on Juneteenth. No, nix on oral. And Google. Odu. Let the Bible Owls march Odu down the road, okay?
yep.
We have to do other things,
Yeah.
okay? When we do other things, when we have Oboni feed the earth and the Adons to the earth, but
Mhm.
that wakes things up. Now, if they're doing that all across Africa, especially West
Mhm.
Africa, okay?
Mm.
Where we? Okay?
Right.
We got to do the same thing and we need to stop being complacent, okay, with the idea of, oh, how, we got to find the money to do it. No, look, if you put it together, the money will come,
I
okay,
say.
with whatever needs to be done. Just put it together, put your mind, take all that stuff, because we got to get out of that poverty mental thinking.
Mhm.
I am a wealthy, wealthy being.
Mhm.
If I'm a daughter of Olodumare, and I'm a daughter of Orumila, and Orumila Alade was a king, I'm his princess baby girl, Omoba.
I
Okay?
say. I say.
If I ask for
I
it, I'm gonna
say.
get it.
If I ask for it, I'm gonna get it. Yeah.
That's the thinking. And that's
Hmm.
what, again, our ancestors walked that road for
Right on.
us.
Yeah.
Right on.
The least we can do is stand up,
Yep.
okay? And acknowledge that that's exactly what they did, and they gave us a legacy. That's our legacy. What you gonna do with that
Hmm.
legacy?
Yep.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's what's important.
Wow. That's real talk.
That's huge. Oh, I'm excited.
I am. I'm telling you, I'm ready to blow up some more lines of
That's
electricity.
all right. We might have a blackout tonight too.
Yes, it's gonna be a blackout. It's gonna blow up Phoenix up.
I love it.
I know that's right. Shoot.
Yeah.
So I do
Woo!
have a question for you all. Being that this is Juneteenth, I got a question every day. But what would you think your immediate ancestors who was there in that time period and why we celebrate Juneteenth, if they were to show up here right now, what do you think they would say to you or how they would feel about where you are?
Ooh. Thank you, daughter, for feeding me.
Right.
Okay.
I know.
Thank you, daughter, for feeding me. They're gonna thank me. Okay. I'm clear. And they're gonna have a plan out. Cause my mama said, I want a ram to the ground.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Okay. And I
Okay.
gave her what she asked me for, and she been kicking ass ever since.
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
say.
My mama, my grandmama, my great grandmama, my granddaddy, all of them. They said,
Right
thank
on.
you. My daddy
Yeah.
wanted some new cloth because he wanted new clothes in heaven.
All
I
right.
gave him new cloth. Okay. So you daggone
Right on.
Skippy. I don't have a problem telling them, do you know I'm the only one of your kin that's doing this. Now,
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
if you can get the rest of them motivated to do this,
Yeah.
then I'll step up my game even more.
Absolutely.
mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all do your part.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to feed you. I'm going to pray to you. I'm going to sing to you. I'm going to dance to you. And I'm going to let you talk through me when it
Mm-hmm.
comes time to possess me. I'm
Yeah.
going to be the one that's going to sit there and let you come through. So you can
Right on.
tell the rest of these fools, get up off your behind and do something.
Right
Yeah.
on. Right
Okay.
Yeah.
on.
So yeah, I think they're
Yeah.
going to love me.
Keep going. What about you, Ifeanyi Dupre?
Yeah. I feel like yeah, my ancestors gonna be like, good job. You did what I told you to do. You said what I told you to say. You
Mhm.
went where I told you to go. And
Mhm.
keep it up.
Yep. Keep doing the
Keep
job.
it up. Cause
I mean,
as you show me that you gonna do what you do, what I tell you to do, I'm gonna turn up the
mhm.
heat. I know I can turn up the heat and I can trust you to keep the pot from boiling over.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That would be it. And I, like I told you before, if I'm on the point, you and along with the rest of them are legends over there. Okay. You did something that nobody, I mean, 20 young people going to a place they ain't know nothing about
Yeah, we
and
didn't.
getting initiated to EFI at a time when wasn't nobody doing that.
Yeah,
Okay. That was a big, huge deal. There was a beautiful thing.
it
And the
was.
ashe that brings that is the ashe that's running through this land now.
I say,
Okay.
I say.
Because it took freedom, child.
Yeah,
You know, it took freedom.
it did.
And,
It did. I credit my parents though too for that. Because
mhm.
even though they didn't agree with anything I was doing, honey,
Okay.
I mean, that was all. They couldn't help themselves to let me know that they were not in agreement at all. Not at all. Like they have this thing where they will call family members together to try to talk sense into me.
Yeah.
It's happened several times throughout my life because I had decided I got my mind on something, and most of the
Mhm.
time it will work. But this particular time, I was like, no.
Mm-mm.
If I don't, either I'm gonna go get initiated, or I'll probably go to prison for killing the governor. Like I'm
Okay.
not. I mean, my ancestors just had a hold of me, so I'm grateful to them for that reinforcement. You know what I
Yes.
mean? That reinforcement to, and I really got to see what I was made of going to
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria. Because when I got there, I was like, okay, we did it, we here. Now what's gonna happen? You know, and I'm deathly afraid of snakes. Come to find out, snakes are my taboo, but I'm so scared of snakes. And I mean, the first night we was on the compound, they killed a snake that was like 6 feet long, and then of
Mm.
course they skinned it and ate it. But I was like, yeah, I'm cool. And then after
Okay.
that, we hadn't even gone into Igbodu. So, you know, when you go into Igbodu, I was like, well, what if there's snakes out here? What if this ain't this where y'all just killed the snake at over
Uh-huh.
here?
Oh,
So
child.
yeah, I mean, you know, but by the second week, like I was like, I'm not going in that bathroom. I'm finna go down to the river and bathe. You know, it was just a different kind of, it changed me forever. But I didn't even realize the significance of us doing that when we
Mm-hmm.
got after we talked about it before, and you said they still talking about it. I remembered when we got off the plane, there were people waiting outside of the airport in Lagos for
Mm-hmm.
us there. Then when we got to Ibadan, like it was, I think 2 days we had been there, and then it was New Year's Eve
Mm-hmm.
on. So that during that day, people came over from the university to interview my godparents. Like it was just people just in and out of the compound all the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like the yayas came and they were singing to us. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was a major thing. And when I think about that, like, and the fact that it was brothers that had been in gangs and was trying to get their tattoos removed.
Right.
It
Right.
was, I mean, it was just like we were a pretty motley crew. But
But
the
that's
thing
what
was,
that's what needed to go.
yes,
That's what needed to go.
we loved Orishas, we loved Ifa, we loved our
Mm-hmm.
ancestors. Like we were all in. There was nothing that was more important to us
Absolutely.
than Orishas. Like we were. I mean, that was our whole life. We couldn't keep no jobs. We couldn't keep no money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're just young and just like
Mm-hmm.
recklessly in love with the tradition. And so um that, yeah, I recognize that energy now. Even
Yeah.
especially like me and LaDonna are roommates, and we were both in the house together. And
Mm-hmm.
I recognize that energy now because I'm starting to get that itch. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's that
Even when
time
every
again.
day when I wake up, like I don't want to do
Mm-hmm.
nothing else. I just want to like let's go feed, let's go do
Mm-hmm.
the,
Mm-hmm.
you know, let's go
Absolutely.
do the thing. Yeah.
Isn't that, thinking about it from that perspective, and true when you all were so young, okay? And I'm hearing about it, okay?
Yeah.
And the joy of it was, wow, okay? It energized me, okay? Like
Wow.
this is what it's supposed to be. This is
Hmm.
how we're supposed to do this. And the momentum, you know, you what your godmother and godfather did,
Hmm.
okay, was monumental, okay, of bringing all these young people in one clean sweep. That is an energy that's planted into the earth itself.
Hmm.
Again, like I told you about Annette. Annette was O'Shea Magic,
Meiji.
Odu,
Hmm.
the Odu of Ibadan.
Ashe.
That was her Odu.
Yeah.
Okay. You all had, I mean, it was a sign from the Orisha, the Arumule, that this is what this is supposed to be. That's why they were singing. That's why
Hmm.
they were coming. They wanted to touch you. They wanted to feel you. They wanted to know that here it is. We put these children out.
Yeah.
hundreds of years before. They were put on boats. Their ancestors were put on boats. And then here they come back to say,
Hmm.
claim to what that was their legacy. That was your
Yeah.
legacy. You all
Yeah.
laid claim to it and took it. You took it and you took it back.
We did.
Okay?
We did.
You did.
Yeah.
And that's what you got. I mean, that's a pride that you should hold in your spirit. Okay?
Ashe.
Because that's
Ashe.
what you all did. And
Yeah.
I know I'm proud of you. Okay, still.
Thank
Okay?
you.
Because that
Yes.
took courage. I don't know anybody else out here. They talk a mean game. Okay? But do they have the courage to get young people and take them over there and show them about who the hell they are and where they
Mm.
come from and give them
Mm.
their understand about freedom? Do they have the courage to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. She had the courage, and I'm telling
She
you,
did. Yeah.
they had enemies. They had
Oh yeah.
serious enemies, baby.
Oh
But
yeah.
they did it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They did. She had spiritual sight like it wasn't nobody's business.
This is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she still does, because all you have to do is call her. And she's
Yeah.
always right behind you. I've
Yeah.
seen her
She
there.
is.
I had to
She
sit there and say, "Oh Lord, my head is hurting." Oh Lord, oh my neck, oh my back.
I know she is because she got a certain kind of flavor to her
Uh-huh.
energy, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
so sometimes I be knowing stuff that I really don't have no business knowing.
Okay. But
You-
she's your download.
yeah.
She was your
Yeah.
download. And
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing. When you can have that, okay, have that energy, have that spirit, okay, she's giving you her legacy,
Yes.
okay. Embrace it and take it and act on it and just bring it on in,
I
okay,
say. I
because
say.
you can manifest that, child. Okay. You definitely can manifest that.
Yeah, I feel like that's the business I need to be about.
Hmm.
Cause
In
I'm
your way, you
always,
are.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
You are.
That's the
I
business
know
I
these
gotta be
things.
about. Yeah.
I know these things.
Yeah, because all I had to do was like change my focus. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like she came to me in a couple dreams and talked to me harshly, and then
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
then I kind of switched my focus a little bit, and I just started, and I just was being honest about the things that I wanted. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I
Hmm.
want to learn in this way. I want to,
Hmm.
just this is what's gonna resonate with me, and I want to do work that's gonna matter. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? For my people, I don't want to just be out here spinning my wheels and knocking down
Right.
animals. Like I want to be doing work that's making a difference. I want to see it manifest,
Hmm.
and I want and I want us to be better than when I got
Hmm.
here. You know what I mean? Which is a tall order.
It is. It is.
It's
But
a
you know
tall
what?
order.
Everything that you are doing, okay, is, it's going to manifest, and
Okay.
it makes a difference. You're making a difference.
I say.
All of us are making a difference. It's that one big toe. Put that one big toe out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. But the
Yeah.
bottom line is that we all have to know we got our own individual spirits and armies
Mm-hmm.
behind us.
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't coming into the room alone, and you and Sean the hell ain't coming into the room alone. Mama
Right.
Bro ain't coming into the room alone.
No. Yeah.
I'm telling y'all know that she's not coming into the room alone. We're
Yeah.
coming in the room crowded.
I say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's what we do. Okay. You got that. All
Mm-hmm.
you have to do is just tell them, oh, we need to do this strategy, this strategy. We need to do this. Show me in a dream.
Yeah.
Download me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Yep. That's what's been going on. And it's been nice, like being over here I can't even explain it. Like this is just better than
Mhm.
I imagined it would be. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think it will like, and I will say this for the benefit of the people who are sharing this conversation with us, and that is that for a long time I didn't feel comfortable trusting myself. Like that was my
Mhm.
big thing, right?
Mhm.
And as I start to let that go, the more that I let that go,
Mhm.
the more I can enjoy and really bask in my Odu, really bask in my
Mhm.
spiritual relationships, and really just take those downloads and work with them, not just sit on them, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
really just push them out into the
Absolutely.
world so that everybody gets to benefit
Mhm.
from the end. Also, what is drawn to me, right? So these conversations, these relationships, huge for me, because to have women who are in the tradition to just have a conversation with, like that's
Yeah,
big.
that's
And
huge.
not
That's
not
huge.
just
Okay.
in the tradition, like for the clothes and the pageantry, but in the tradition to like get it in, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? To Because
Yeah.
that's what I came out of. We talking about footsteps that you got to walk in that are huge. That's what I came out of before my godparents were even initiated. They was in the 80s in Oakland,
Right.
like doing, they was doing the
Yep.
thing.
They were. They
You know
were.
what I mean? They were really doing the thing with a
Mhm.
Molotov cocktail in one hand and SU on the floor.
Uh-huh. I
You know
know.
what I'm saying?
I know.
Because that's how it was going down in Oakland. Like I know that because that's where I'm from. So it's
Mhm.
like that's a huge legacy to come in. But then she still just be pushing me like, you better go on and finish. You know, we started it, but you got work to do. You
Mhm.
can't be sit. Yeah. So that's huge. That's
It
huge.
is. I mean, again, that was such a wonderful, powerful legacy, and what you're doing with it. Okay. It may start out small,
Mm-hmm.
but as you shape it, okay, and focus it, it's going to get bigger. The
I sure.
reason it is because of the forces that are working with you. All the Orisha of your Odu, all of your
Yeah.
ancestors,
Yeah.
they're pushing this.
Yeah.
Okay?
I sure.
They're pushing everyone here to do something different. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we have that power. We have that
Yeah.
power. And that's the beauty of this. Okay? To be able to sit down and have a conversation, no matter what it's on, but to have a conversation that is powered by Oludumare, powered by Orisha, powered by our
Mm-hmm.
ancestors. These
Mm-hmm.
conversations are just that. They are
I sure.
powered by them. And
I
that's
sure.
why they stick. They stick.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay? We ain't
And
got
that's
no
freedom.
choice.
That's
That
freedom,
is freedom.
man. That's
Girl, that's
freedom.
freedom. Okay? I'll get
I'm
the
here for it.
chills.
I am here for it all day. That's freedom.
Okay?
For real. To just, I mean, because you can't, like, I can imagine the time when our ancestors couldn't have these conversations freely.
No. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
We're on one of the largest social media platforms in the world, and we are having this conversation freely.
Conversation.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I give praise to
Only
my
because they
ancestors
don't
for
think
that.
they don't think that we know we free.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
that's all that is.
What happens from this, the momentum that people gain from this, the momentum that we gain from it,
Hmm.
you can't put a price tag on that, man.
No,
You can't put a price tag on that.
that's power. That's power,
That's real power.
real. But it's
Hmm.
also joy. Okay,
Yes.
I think I really joy and contentment because that joy is in doing the will of Olodumare and Ifa and the Orisha.
Asha.
Doing the will of my ancestors and know, it's a good thing when you can go walk everywhere and know they got your back,
Hmm.
and you ain't
Yep.
in this by yourself. It's a
Mhm.
joy. I
Yeah.
am content. Okay. That I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and y'all can't stop me. Okay. You can't
Right.
stop me,
Right.
you know? And so with that, that's the beauty of it. Now, okay, what can we do with these building blocks we got? Oh,
Mhm.
well, let's see. Can we clean up what we're doing concerning young women?
Mhm.
We got missing children. We got
Yes.
missing women. We have
Mhm.
women who are hurt every day that look like you and me.
Yeah.
We got this energy. We use that
Mhm.
for that formula. Use this formula to tackle that issue and
Ashe.
watch it have more momentum.
Yes.
That's what we're doing. So
Yes.
we got to look at the things that we can build with this.
Mm.
Okay. And so people can't stop you.
Yes.
Okay. They can't stop. Y'all got a mission. Okay. And the mission gonna get bigger. Now, don't get scared. It's gonna be all right. Step
It's
on
gonna
up.
be all right.
You got
It's
the
gonna be all
torch.
right.
You
Yeah.
got the
It's gonna be
banner.
all right.
And they
Mhm.
got your back. All
Yeah.
you
I
got to
say.
do is get out there and do it. And you doing it.
Mhm.
Okay. You doing it.
Yeah.
And you get another download tomorrow and they show you another direction to go.
Yep.
Okay. They gonna tell you
It
where your
is every
enemy's coming
day.
from. You know,
It's
they gonna
every
tell you
day.
how to do the dang thing.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's what we working with.
I
Y'all
say.
got this. Okay.
I say.
And that's what
Thank
I
you,
love
Yay.
about it. I'm telling you, I'm enjoying.
Yeah. It is a good time, I have to admit.
It really is. It really is.
It's
It
a
is a
good
great
time.
time, okay?
Yes.
Because we having fun with it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing like tap dancing on somebody's grave that's an enemy, baby. Okay, man, tap dance, baby. I got my shoes on. I could do this.
All right.
All righty.
I shall. Thank you, Yay. That was awesome.
Okay.
But, well,
Ooh,
family, how y'all feeling?
great.
So this
I
is
feel
funny, y'all. So where I'm at, I'm in Louisiana. So this, I become friends with the people who come and clean your room and everything. Because I've been here for a week. So I was
Okay.
telling her I wanted some eyelashes because they all have eyelashes. So she just knocked on my door and these
Ooh,
eyelashes off.
looking all
they
cute.
look pretty.
And all the women got on eyelashes. I was like,
I
I want
love
some
eyelashes.
eyelashes.
I'm
And
like, I
she gave
think
her
you
a little,
inspired
yeah.
me.
But that was just cute. That's my bonding moment with people. I don't know how long it's gonna
Yeah.
stay on though, but
I
man.
shall.
But it
I
was just nice
shall.
talking to I talk to all the women because all of them here that basically I've been seeing are black women, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm talking to them and just I do stuff like that to to talk to people. And I'm like, I like your eyelashes because everybody had on eyelashes. So anyway,
But they
Yeah.
cute. They
I love the
cute.
way
I
they
don't know how long
are.
they're gonna stay on though because I feel like
Mm,
I
Girl,
can see over my
they'll stay
head.
on.
You can see over your head. You get used to them. It'll take it. You get used to
yeah, yeah.
But
Oh
you know
Lord,
what? It's like just bat your eyes a little
yeah.
bit. You know how
Yeah.
you do that? Yes.
Yeah. Go out. Go out and
Job what
get
you
out
Thank
in the
you.
sun and bat your eyelashes a little taste.
Uh, I don't know about y'all, but I was growing up. I always like my mama friends who always come and smelling with that good Avon, like Foxfire. And,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, oh, and then she would give me this little
Mm-hmm.
package. I've been rubbing that thing to death. Like, just,
Yeah.
Yep.
whew.
Yep.
And I don't even know if they even make them kind of little things no more.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Avon
do.
ain't
those little
changed.
packages
Avon
used to
has
be the
not
bomb.
changed.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't buy Avon, but I just think it's so funny.
Yeah.
So today they're doing the fireworks today. So thank you. So I have to look festive and, I'm going to have to go and do what I got
Yeah.
to do.
Yep.
Oh, that old shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honey. Trying to
Yeah,
show them the honey.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Woo, y'all, I love y'all so much. Y'all, if you're joining us and if you missed some of this conversation, go back and replay it. But this
Right.
is African Spiritual Conversations with our Queen Mothers and Yayas. And today they were talking about freedom, and not just freedom just for yourself, but even those who are behind the wall, those who are walking around the street. There's so many different ideals of freedom and how to still get free. But more importantly, because today is Juneteenth, we're talking about our ancestors who, you know, were still working and toiling in the sun, and people did not want to tell them that they were free. Though I tend to believe I'm gonna celebrate because that's anything with my ancestors, I'm gonna celebrate. But I really believe
Yes.
in our core that even when people were enslaving our bodies, I think mentally a lot of us was freer than even the enslaver.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm always constantly reminded of that, especially when you just want to slap a damn person.
That's
I have to remember that.
Yep.
Bring it in. Do woosah.
Woosah.
For real. So I don't be coochow on your ass. You know what I mean? So I
Oh
have
no, just call some water. Just
Yeah.
call some water.
Right.
Just call and say, "Mother, please come
Yes.
bring this water to life."
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So, thank y'all so
Uh-huh.
much for joining us. We're going to sign out here. We'll be back on Monday. Hope y'all have a great weekend. And thank you for all
Yes.
your comments. And we will see you
Yes. Thank
all
you. Thank
on
you.
Okay.
Monday.